Hey, what's up, y'all? Good morning. Um, Sitting in the office, sitting at the shop, just really just coming off the top of my head. Really wanted to share my heart on some stuff. But right now, probably in my life, I see more marriages um, being torn apart, being divided by the enemy, and being attacked by the enemy than I've ever seen in my life. And I'm just trying to put that together in my mind. Why is that? Is it just simply that I'm at the age now where people are married and before we were teenagers and we were young adults and nobody was married, and now we entered this stage in life where, like, I guess around 30 is like average or whatever, 25 or 30, and everybody kind of gets married, and now I'm 39. So you go 5 or 10 years, and people just say, man, that after you live in marriage 5 or 10 years, it's like, I guess people's mind starts wandering, their heart starts wandering, and they get distracted. They start looking at other things and saying, well, I've done this for 10 years. I'm bored with it, and my kids are grown now. They're about to be leaving the house and da 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 da. And man, it actually is killing me, man. It breaks my heart for the family. It breaks my heart for God. It breaks my heart for the spouses, for the husband and the wife, because a lot of them, just being straight up, a lot of them I married. I literally was the pastor that have married these people, and I remember looking in their eyes the day they said those vows, the day they promised to each other, rich or poor, sick or health, hard times or easy times, times I feel in love, times I don't feel in love, times where you make me mad, times where you make me happy. And then times come, the hardest of the hard times come, the times that nobody expects on that wedding ceremony day when they're making those vows. There's no way they're not gonna make those vows on that day. Everything they prepared for has led up to that ceremony, and really, I think a lot of times people really take that ceremony as to be very worldly, and just because it's traditional, to be very, carnal minded, and just all about the people that's there, and let's just celebrate family, and it's just a it's just a celebration of family, and it is that. But I think that people are missing the point that it was God ordained from the beginning, from the garden, to be married, to be one flesh, be made one. And at that ceremony, the thing that we still do is we make vows to one another, and we make those same vows to God. We're making that vow to God. Everybody I've ever married, that's what we've done. We've established a covenant between one another and God. And so the Bible teaches that it's better, to never make a vow than to break a vow. God hates it. He hates it. And so, man, I know it's hard. And like I said, right now, I see so many of my best friends struggling in marriage. And let me tell you something. 5 years ago, me and Crystal were struggling. We were going through, but we hung on. We stayed. We both made mistakes. We both said things we shouldn't have said, and we were close to. We were separated. We were separated. We were going through what these people are going through right now, and we came through on the other side. And I just want to release that hope over these couples, man. That they're gonna make it through. They can make it through. I did a interview with Chance and Alyssa the other day, and Alyssa said it's two things you need to get to the other side, and it's really to get to the other side of anything that the enemy is bringing your way, and that is the Lord. Just ask Him to help you, and a desire to do it. Now, sometimes, if you're fighting with somebody, and say your spouse has done something that's justifiably a reason to break up with them, in your eyes, and maybe in your parents' eyes, and maybe in, the world's eyes, and so maybe there's a reason there, but how in that time do you have a desire still to stay? And so that's the point where you have to really look back on those vows, and that's the point where you have to really look at your faith, because a lot of times, man, in this Christian walk, we walk not by how things look. We don't walk by how we feel. We have to stand on the word, and we have to stand on vows and things like that. We have to stand on covenants. And that is what's so hard about the kingdom. it's kingdom. It's literally like that. It's literally established like a kingdom because it is a kingdom. So what the king says goes. What the word says goes. And so people that just live in day by day and just do whatever they want, like I lived for 30 years. Just however I felt I did, and whatever my heart felt I followed it. The kingdom doesn't work like that, and marriage doesn't work like that. And so marriage being established by the kingdom of God, in the kingdom of God, it's not going to flow like 2020. Do whatever you want. If I feel like this, I am this. We got folks that if they feel like they're a man, if they're a woman, they just identify as a man. Well, 50 years ago, divorce was insane. Now we're doing this. You know what I mean? So divorce is still insane. Divorce is still not an option. Yet we've made it such an option that people run straight to it. And what happens 9 times out of 10 is you divorce one spouse and then within a year or however long, not judging in any way, you get with somebody else, and look, they're flawed too. A lot of times they're flawed exactly like the one you just divorced because you're attracted to the same type of person. We just got to stand together. We got to be a team. Once we make this choice, once you make the choice to marry somebody, you're a team. That's something I teach my kids. If you don't want to stay with them forever, do not marry them. Just don't marry them. It's not just, I feel like I want to be with this person forever, but if anything happens, I'm going to go the other way. No. If anything happens, you're staying. You're staying. I'm teaching my kids that, and man, we've got to learn that again in this generation, that is what it looks like to stay in marriage. It doesn't look like everything's great. You're always on vacation. The bills are always paid. There's never any arguments. There's never any disagreements. The kids are always, perfect. That's not what marriage looks like. That's not what family looks like. Not mine. But what it does look like is a solid foundation built on Jesus Christ, that even when the storm comes, we're steady. We don't move. Me and Crystal's arms are locked together and we fight. Weren't always like that. We're like that now. I want y'all to be like that. We're going to be teaching a marriage class coming up. I'm still going to get with Pastor Donnie and see when the church is available. I'm going to use the Adara Church and do it there one Saturday. And I just want couples to come or anybody can come. And Crystal and I are just going to give y'all some tools that we've learned over the past 5 years, since our separation and then getting back together, that has kept us together like glue. And we're going to give you some tools that we've learned and we've been taught by wise counsel that we've seeked out and learned from, and it's worked. So if it's working, we want to give it to y'all. The problem is that usually with things like that, marriage classes and stuff, people come when their marriage is doing great. That's fine. We want to build you up in that time. But also, if you're struggling, it's okay to admit that. We want to help you in that area. We're not right now. We may be one day, and you may have to reach out to me and help me. But right now, we're reaching out to you. We want to help you. We want to see marriages reconciled. We want to see families together. We want to see kids back with their parents. And we just want to see the Lord exalted. So I love y'all. I'll be letting you know a date for that marriage class. And I really want people to do that. Invest in your marriage. If you want something to last, you must invest in it. You must give to it. But I love y'all.